The trailer for the First Descendant has been released, and just recently more details have been revealed, one of which is a power progression system for our First Descendants. Yeah, they're gonna get even stronger. We're gonna hone in on that detail and more things that have just been revealed about Season 1. Let's get into it.
Let's do this! Tux makes it exciting!
The source article for this is linked down below, but let's jump right into it. So here, it says Inversion Reinforcement Seasonal Progression. Perhaps in a similar vein as Diablo 4, Nexon is introducing new ways for players to progress and evolve their descendants with each season. So it's an ongoing thing. After encountering the Ironheart for the first time, which is the last mission, players' descendants can undergo a powerful arcade resonance to enhance their abilities. Ooh, that has me excited. Players can then use inversion reinforcement to gain incremental upgrades for hunting, attribute, recovery, and survival, making their descendants more powerful over the course of a season. It's not clear if the inversion reinforcement will reset with each season or if Nexon will let players carry upgrades forward, perhaps to encourage players to switch descendants in order to upgrade each one. Yeah, that's a darn good question. So what do you guys think about this one? If you're new to the game, you're probably saying, oh boy, do our descendants need it. Once you get to the end game and have your characters leveled up, they start to feel like demigods. I actually don't think we really need more power on our descendants. Well, let me stop myself right there. We kind of do. One of the complaints that we've been hearing from the general community is that it just takes so much investment into your descendants in the form of catalysts in order to get your descendants to feel really good, powerful. I mean, it's crazy how many catalysts you pump into these descendants, right? Maybe this gives us the ability to tack back the catalyst investment a little bit and instead farm for this other resource, which looks like is going to be called inversion reinforcement, to give ourselves stronger abilities in certain categories. And if that is the case, if this is possible, then, well, you have two things. You can min-max even more, or you can pave the way for more build diversity by giving your character more survivability. So we've seen systems like this before. Starfield had this. It was a little bit different. There was a more difficult choice. It doesn't look like that's going to be here. So the other part that's interesting is the fact that we don't know whether this is going to be a seasonal thing or if it's going to carry forward. I see the benefits of keeping it seasonal so that you don't get too much power creep going on in the game. But one of the allures to this game is that you have all of these descendants to explore. So I could see that not shutting it down at the end of a season and then restarting it would be beneficial, because then we could power up the other descendants that need it, and I'm sure there's more than one. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this particular subject. Do you think we could be into some serious power creep? If you have several hundred hours into this game, please chime in. I would love to hear your thoughts. Are you feeling pretty powerful? How powerful do you feel at this stage of the game? Is the game getting trivial for you? Let us know your thoughts and what they should do with that in mind.
Let's do this!
So we know we're getting a new dungeon, but we're also getting a new way to play the dungeon. Invasion dungeons will randomly replace 2 hard mode infiltration operations on a rotating schedule and present brand new and unique obstacles for players to overcome. There are solo missions and are catered towards speedrunning enthusiasts. The faster you clear an invasion dungeon, the greater the rewards you'll obtain. Invasion dungeons play differently than existing game content, with new mechanics and objectives. It's nice to see them nodding towards solo players, and especially those that love to spend all their time with Bunny. This one looks like it's for you. Is Bunny going to be the ultimate descendant for this? I mean, the faster you go, the greater rewards. Would you choose another descendant? If so, who would that be? So who is better depends on how this whole thing is structured. But yeah, Bunny will be hard to beat. There's no doubt. And there's gonna be new mechanics and objectives. So this isn't just for solo players, but it's a new way to farm loot, which is nice. They're gonna be on a rotating schedule. That could cause spikes in player base, or it could push people away. Don't they have the system in Destiny? Aren't there certain dungeons that are only available on weekends or on some sort of rotating schedule? Destiny players, let me know if that is the case. And if so, do you like it? How did you see that impacting the community's playtime? Was it good? Was it bad? Did it draw it down? Did it bring in more? So a little more details on the colossi. So another Void Intercept boss battle. Another colossi has appeared in the Void, replacing Gluttony as the most challenging boss in the entire game. We'll see about that. Death Stalker specializes in hunting down descendants and is a toxic attribute monster that strikes from the shadows. There will be new mechanics here that players will have to unravel in order to have a shot at winning. Maybe there's going to be a puzzle system. a toxic attribute monster that strikes from the shadows. So we're getting a new ultimate descendant. Freyna, it doesn't sound like she's going to have any special abilities against this colossi since it is toxic and so is she. But maybe the new descendant Hailey will. So season 1 will introduce 2 new descendants to Albion, including Hailey, a guerrilla soldier that became a legendary sniper through her exploits. Hailey is a chill attribute descendant equipped with an anti-material sniper rifle, sub-zero bullets, and a storm snare, and is focused on delivering single, immensely powerful shots. She also has a unique ability to lower her body temperature and actively emit cold air. Maybe she is the descendant that is going to be really good against that colossi. Either way, I'm really excited to see what Hailey's about because I like Viessa. I like the sniper capabilities from Sharon. So if we have a descendant that can do both of those really well, wow. Maybe I have a new favorite one coming. So let's go and do a little bit more about Freyna. Another existing descendant is also getting the ultimate treatment, and this time it's a fan favorite Freyna. On top of obtaining a ultimate variant, players will also be able to play Freyna's new exclusive story questline exploring her past trauma, part of season 1's narrative content. How cool. Is there going to be a love story involved here? From what I understand, there was only one descendant that was able to work on her kit without dying. One more topic I want to discuss. Let's talk about the cost that comes with a new ultimate descendant when you have already invested in the non-ultimate variant of that descendant. So in this case, we got Freyna. So there's a lot of people that love Freyna. I was one of them. And what if you invested a lot of catalysts into them? What if you invested activators? So if you didn't know, you only have so much room on your roster. You can buy additional spaces, but it doesn't make sense to have a regular Freyna and then an ultimate Freyna on your roster. So you're most likely going to dismiss your regular Freyna. If you didn't know how to do that, it's pretty simple. Just hover over here, hold this button, and then confirm. And what happens when you do that is the game will just kick back a little bit of gold. So I did this for regular Viessa when I got my ultimate Viessa, and I got 100,000 in gold, which wasn't anything. Luckily, I didn't invest anything in my Viessa because I knew the ultimate was what I was going after. And I know some of you got a lot of catalysts in your Freyna because she is really cool. A lot of people's favorite. And a lot of people were hoping that she was going to be the next ultimate to be delivered. I was one of them. So now season 1 hits and you're going to get maybe 100,000 in gold when you cash in on your original descendant for the ultimate version. Does that feel fair to you? Now, I know the game has got to keep us grinding and the game has got to make money, and that's one way, right? Obviously, it doesn't make sense for the game economics for everything to just transfer over to the ultimate descendant. They want to keep us playing. The more hours we clock in, the better for the game. So yeah, I don't want to big up the game or anything like that, but I'm saying like it just doesn't seem quite fair. I think there should be more compensation. More gold would be really valuable. I wouldn't mind just more gold. I mean, give me $1 million in gold, give me $2 million in gold, something juicy, or maybe a catalyst or something like that. But there's a limit to how many you can get per descendant that you cash in on, because you don't want this to turn into a farm where somebody's farming Freyna over and over again just to stack up on catalysts. So there would have to be a cap on that. But I wouldn't mind a combination, maybe some gold and a catalyst. What do you guys think? We need some ideas here. So please drop some comments on this one because the devs are listening and we need to get an adjustment on this while the game is early and before the situation gets out of hand. Thank you for hanging out with me. My name is Tuxedo Bandido. That's Tito Bandido.
One and only.
And this was another episode of The First Descendant. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss out on the fantastic experiences waiting for you in The First Descendant. And if you like videos like this, check out the one I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you want to see covered, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make everything possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be without you.
When you buy or download anything for The First Descendant, be sure to use Tux's creator code to support the channel. Easy peasy.